Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the Matrix to explore how Morpheus and his crew use psychological techniques to guide Neo from doubt to empowerment. Through methods like reality testing and role modeling, they reshape Neo's worldview and lead him toward his destiny as the One. Stick around as we break down key techniques from the film and how they work. Gradual reality testing, cognitive dissonance. Morpheus begins by slowly introducing Neo to the possibility that his reality may be false. He doesn't reveal the truth about the Matrix all at once. Instead, Morpheus gradually introduces Neo to the idea that his reality is a lie. When Morpheus first meets Neo, he hints at the nature of the Matrix by asking, "What is real?" He plants seeds of doubt, inducing cognitive dissonance as Neo struggles to reconcile his everyday experiences with the unsettling clues about the true nature of reality. This makes Neo more curious and open to exploring the truth, despite his initial hesitation. This approach relies on inducing cognitive dissonance, a state of mental discomfort that arises when someone's beliefs or perceptions are challenged by new contradictory information. Neo's world starts to feel unstable, and his growing doubts create an internal drive to seek answers, making him more open to Morpheus's guidance. This gradual reality testing allows Neo to process the enormous revelation that the world he knows is a simulation. Socratic questioning, guided discovery. Morpheus frequently uses Socratic questioning to guide Neo towards self-realization. Instead of providing direct answers, he asks open-ended questions that push Neo to think critically. In the iconic red pill, blue pill scene, Morpheus doesn't simply tell Neo about the Matrix. He asks, "Do you want to know what it is?" and follows up with, "How do you define real?" By making Neo confront these philosophical dilemmas, Morpheus helps him move toward the answers on his own, strengthening Neo's belief in his discoveries. This method engages Neo in reflective thinking, encouraging him to question his assumptions about the world. It also creates a sense of agency, allowing Neo to feel like he's discovering the truth on his own, rather than being passively told what it is. This guided discovery builds trust between Neo and Morpheus and increases Neo's commitment to the path he's being led down. Framing and reframing, perception manipulation. Morpheus uses framing to present Neo's decisions as life-altering moments, emphasizing the weight of each choice. When offering the red pill and blue pill, Morpheus frames the blue pill as a return to ignorance, subtly encouraging Neo to choose the red pill by making it seem like the brave and meaningful option. Later, Morpheus reframes every challenge Neo faces as a path to growth, teaching Neo to see the pursuit by agents as an opportunity to discover his true potential. The way this choice is presented plays on loss aversion, the psychological principle that people are more motivated to avoid losses than to achieve gains. By framing the blue pill as remaining in ignorance, the red pill is seen as the courageous and meaningful choice, pushing Neo towards taking it. Throughout the movie, Morpheus also reframes Neo's experiences. He interprets the challenges and dangers Neo faces not as risks, but as necessary steps toward growth and enlightenment. For instance, when Neo is being pursued by agents, Morpheus reframes these encounters as opportunities for Neo to discover his potential rather than threats. This reframing shifts Neo's mindset from fear to empowerment. Use of symbolism and metaphors. Throughout Neo's journey, Morpheus uses powerful metaphors and symbols to explain complex ideas about reality and control. Morpheus describes the Matrix as a prison for your mind. This metaphor simplifies the abstract concept of the simulation into something tangible, tapping into Neo's desire for freedom and rebellion. The pills, the mirror, and Neo's eventual realization that he is the One are all symbolic representations of his transformation, self-discovery, and liberation from the Matrix's control. The heavy use of metaphors also helps Neo make sense of abstract concepts that would otherwise be overwhelming if explained literally. It provides a mental bridge for Neo to cross as he begins to accept the impossible reality of the simulation. Positive reinforcement and role modeling. Morpheus consistently reinforces Neo's belief in his abilities through validation and praise, encouraging Neo to surpass his limits. Even when Neo doubts himself, Morpheus consistently expresses unwavering faith in him, reinforcing Neo's sense of importance and capability. Morpheus praises Neo's successes, however small, which builds Neo's confidence incrementally. In the dojo training scene, when Neo starts to grasp how to manipulate the simulation, Morpheus encourages him by saying, "You're faster than this." This positive reinforcement motivates Neo to push harder, ultimately giving him the confidence to excel in increasingly difficult challenges. Morpheus also serves as a role model of strength, wisdom, and leadership. Neo is drawn to Morpheus' calm and confident demeanor, as well as his deep conviction in Neo's destiny. This creates a sense of loyalty and trust, encouraging Neo to follow in his footsteps. The entire crew, from Trinity to the others on the ship, demonstrates solidarity and unity, showing Neo what is possible when one embraces their purpose. Challenge-based learning, crisis as growth. Morpheus frequently places Neo in high-stress situations to accelerate his learning and development. In the jump simulation, Neo must leap across two buildings, a seemingly impossible task. Although he initially fails, the experience pushes him to confront his doubts and fears. Each challenge Neo faces, from the dojo fight to battling agents, forces him to learn and adapt, shaping him into the hero Morpheus believes he can be. This is a form of exposure therapy, where repeated exposure to challenging or fearful situations eventually reduces the emotional and psychological impact of those fears. By constantly being challenged, Neo builds resilience and adapts to the extreme conditions, which is essential for his transformation into the One. These crises are often framed as learning experiences rather than life or death moments, encouraging Neo to experiment with his abilities without the paralyzing fear of failure. This method is also grounded in psychological desensitization, where repeated exposure to fear-inducing scenarios, like fighting agents, reduces Neo's fear over time, helping him build courage and trust in his abilities. Use of group identity and belonging, in-group, out-group psychology. Morpheus fosters a sense of belonging in Neo by introducing him to the crew and their mission. When Neo first joins the Nebuchadnezzar, he becomes part of a close-knit group of rebels. This in-group gives him a sense of purpose beyond himself. The shared mission to liberate humanity from the Matrix builds solidarity, and Neo gradually shifts from being a lone hacker to a central figure in the human resistance. By becoming part of this collective mission, Neo's sense of identity begins to shift from a solitary, disillusioned hacker to a key player in a larger movement. This process of group affiliation creates a powerful motivational force, as Neo now fights not just for himself, but for the entire human resistance. The Matrix itself is positioned as the outgroup, an oppressive artificial system from which Neo must distinguish himself. This in-group, out-group psychology intensifies Neo's drive to fight back, as his sense of self-worth and purpose becomes tied to the in-group's values and mission. Milu Control, controlled environment for influence. Throughout Neo's journey, Morpheus and his crew use Milu Control, manipulating the environment around Neo to carefully guide his experiences and decisions. In the training construct, Morpheus controls the environment, providing carefully constructed simulations that guide Neo toward the realization that he can bend the rules of the Matrix. By controlling when and how Neo receives information, Morpheus ensures that Neo's belief in his role as the One develops at the right pace, without overwhelming him. This technique prevents Neo from being overwhelmed by information or making choices prematurely, ensuring that his path to self-realization unfolds in a manner that benefits their cause. This psychological technique of environment control is critical for cultivating Neo's belief in his new reality while protecting him from conflicting external influences that could shake his conviction. Thank you for watching. As we've seen, Morpheus and his crew use a blend of psychological techniques to transform Neo from a skeptic into the One. By using methods like reality testing, role modeling, and controlled environments, they guide him through fear and doubt to ultimate empowerment. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Matrix, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology behind your favorite films.